this trailer is funny as fuck. Let's talk about it, dude. Let's talk about it. Let me show you guys this trailer here. All right, so I just got back. Tiptoeing through the window. Oh, yes. I just got back tiptoeing through Insidious. I just saw this movie, and I found out walking in when I bought my ticket and looked at it, this is Insidious 6. I think I've seen some of these movies. But let me tell you something, Blue Pirate. When I was tiptoeing in my Jordans into the theater, I couldn't remember any of it. I knew that Night Owl was in these movies. Darth Maul is there, you know. But I was like, this is a Backrooms ripoff. That's why I'm here. That whole sequence with the couch, the fort couch, that sold me. I was like, all right, I'm seeing this. So I went to I actually have a story with this. This will be nice, dude. I went to the theater, and I pull up, and there's a bunch of people in front and like a huge crowd. And I'm like, oh no. And then I look, and there's a fire truck. And I say, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? And I still park, I get out, and I go, and they're like, yeah, the movies have a half hour of trailers, so your movie will still start. Did you get in line and get a voucher? And I was like, oh, no, but yeah, let me do that. So I waited in line, and I got 2 free vouchers from a movie theater that I wasn't at. And then because they weren't letting me in, I went to the movie theater that was 10 minutes away. And then right when I walked in, I sat down, and Insidious Into the Further started for free for me. Happy, happy days. So this movie is the story of, it's kind of like, it's definitely a legacy film because it connects to these other movies, but it's also like, what's the right way to put it? Like, it's just like, it's about family in a interesting way. I'll say that, but it's, and they tell it in a way that is family oriented, where it opens on this little girl going home, and the whole thing is like her story. And then we see her grown up. Like, that's the cold open, is our protagonist as a child. And basically, I don't want to spoil like how things happen, but there's some good twists in this movie. I'll say that. But basically, this movie is about this mom who's a single mom for some reason that's never explained at all. And if it is, I totally missed it. But basically, this single mom starts having these nightmares all of a sudden. And when she wakes up, like she has like, you know, like she has like a nightmare like about something bad that happened to her mom, and like she wakes up with like the ring, and like that is in the dream, you know. So she realizes that maybe these dreams are real, and then some haunted house bullshit ensues. But I will say, man, just one really big positive, like I loved watching this for like the first 45 minutes. Like I genuinely loved the way that it looked, where it had this look of a movie that was nice, where it was like nothing looks cheap, but it doesn't look quite right. Like, you know, like the street signs look a little bit different, you know, like things like that. And I like that. Like a little bit of set dressing like that goes a long way. At least it did for me. And that was just a moment that stuck out to me that I really liked. But basically, this movie is pretty set up in chunks where it becomes very very obvious early on that she's just having nightmares, and like it's almost over the top, and the movie knows it. And I think that all those set pieces are really fun. I think that they do some good, just like, dude, there's something very satisfying, I realized watching this, about just decent filmmaking, you know? It doesn't gotta reinvent the wheel, you know? Like, there's something very nice they do with this character, I won't even tell you, where without saying anything, you can infer that she's really good at school, and I appreciated shit like that. Like, it's not complex, you know, but I'll let you discover it for yourself, and it's very obvious. It's one of the plot devices in the film. You'll see it very early on. But I think all the performances are good. There's even some good kid performances. I think that if you can accept, you know, to a certain degree, not generic, but general horror, it's fun. And it doesn't look like shit. And it moves at a good pace that I was never bored. And some of these set pieces went ways that I did not expect. Like, I will say that they didn't divulge as much into the backroom stuff as I thought they would. But there is a scene early on where there's a long hallway, and it's where a big scene happens, like on the other side of this one door. And I noticed that the wallpaper was that yellow, you know, like shitty pattern from the back rooms. So maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like that to me. And obviously there's that one scene where, you know, she goes into like the couch fort, and that's like a liminal space. And there is a little bit of that because it plays with the idea of this place called the Further existing. And I like the way that they're evolving this demonic stuff. I mean, they're getting to a point where they're going to be able to do like the Avengers of Insidious, you know, like there was, I think that this shit is goofy, but I was like fully entertained. I had a good time watching it. I laughed at it a couple of times, but I think that I've seen worse horror movies. Like, I think that this is better than the last Conjuring movie. Like, I thought that really sucked. This didn't feel as lame as that. I thought that, for some reason, I thought that this hit a lot more consistently than that movie did. And maybe it was just because, like, it was so weird what they did, and they're just like, look, man, this is how it is. And it's like, that's dumb, but all right, okay, we're going there. And it goes to some weird places. I don't know. I dug it. I really did. I'd give it probably like a 3 out of 5. You know, it's not gonna blow your mind. It's not gonna hold a candle to some of the best horror films, but it is certainly not like, I liked it better, I think, than End of Oak Street. You know, it is worthy to watch in theaters. This is worthy to watch in theaters, I think, because the sound is really good. Sound is always going to be more important than your image, guys. It is, dude. If the sound isn't good, remember my catchphrase, guys. I wrote this, guys. The image shows you a place. You ready? The sound takes you there. And I think this movie took me for a proper ride. I can see why they would have it in 4DX. I can't stand that shit. But I dug it, dude. I had a good time. It wasn't as egregious with the jump scares as I thought it was going to be. But I think that I think the fans are really going to love this movie. Because there's definitely callbacks that, if they weren't callbacks, they were just their references to the previous movies. And there was one Easter egg that I think I caught. You know that red guy that you've seen that looks like Darth Maul? In that one scene where she's crawling through the fort, I swear to God, they flash an image of his face, like right when the light reflects in the camera. And I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really cool. I guess that's kind of a spoiler to say that, but like I don't even know if like that's. I think I saw it. You know, like so maybe if you go in looking for that, maybe you might see it too. It's a neat moment that'll no matter what it'll catch you off guard as long as you're paying attention, just because it's so quick. I think that this is like the bare minimum that you need to do to get your horror movie in theater and make me go thumbs up. Satisfactory. As far as being a Backrooms knockoff, way more, dude. You could have put in 2 way bigger scoops of where am I in this. They could have gone way different directions with it, but for what they did, they're connecting it to a whole bigger thing. This could lead to some other cool stuff. I'm in. I like it.
6 out of 10.
It's a low matinee. TikTok Marvel Rivals. YouTube subscribe. Words Mr. Beast.
Subscription active, but I don't feel alive.